From phantom porters pacing platforms to spectral commuters with unfinished journeys, each railway station we visit has a story to tell, a story that reaches out from beyond the veil of the living. Let us uncover the legends, the eyewitness accounts, and the paranormal mysteries that shroud these historic transit hubs in an aura of the unexplained. Ghostly echoes of the past, where the clatter of wheels on tracks sometimes gives way to whispers from the other side. Step aboard and brace yourself for the ghostly encounters that await as we unlock the secrets of haunted railway stations. Brule Railway Station is located in Brule, a town in the East Riding of Yorkshire, England. The station has a rich history dating back to the mid-19th century when it was originally opened. The station first opened its doors to the public in 1840 as part of the Hull and Selby Railway. It was an important connection between the city of Hull and other parts of Yorkshire. At its inception, the station served as a significant transportation hub for both passengers and goods. Over the years it saw several expansions and improvements, becoming a junction station connecting not only to Hull but also to the nearby town of Selby and other destinations, making it a vital interchange for travellers in the region. Like many railway stations across England, Brule Station played a role during World War II. It was used for troop movements and logistical support, given its strategic location. In the mid to late 20th century, it saw a decline in rail travel. However, it was modernised and updated to meet the changing demands of the transportation system. Today, Brule Railway Station is still in operation and serves as a key stop on the Hull to Scarborough line. It provides essential rail services for the local community and serves as a transportation gateway to the wider region. While its historical significance lies primarily in its role as a transportation hub, the station is also known for the stories of paranormal activity and hauntings. These ghostly tales have added an extra layer of intrigue to the station's long history. One of the most frequently reported sightings is that of a ghostly figure resembling a railway porter or worker. Witnesses describe seeing a shadowy figure dressed in old-fashioned railway attire, often with a cap and uniform. This apparition is said to be seen walking along the platforms or on the station's historic footbridge. Visitors and railway staff have reported hearing inexplicable noises and voices when no one else is around. These sounds include footsteps, whispers, and sometimes even faint conversations. Some have described a feeling of being watched or accompanied by an unseen presence. Another common paranormal phenomenon reported at the station is the sudden appearance of cold spots, areas where the temperature inexplicably drops, even on warm days. Cold spots are often said to be associated with ghostly activity in paranormal lore. In addition to apparitions and cold spots, there have been reports of poltergeist-like activity. This includes objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut, and lights flickering without any apparent explanation. Some witnesses claim to have seen a ghostly woman in a white dress. Her identity and the circumstances of her presence remain a mystery, but her spectral appearances have added to the station's reputation for being haunted. Many who visit the station, even those who are unaware of its haunted reputation, have reported feeling a general sense of unease or discomfort while on the premises. Some individuals have noted a sudden change in mood or an overwhelming sense of foreboding.
The Roma Street train running express from Euronpilly to Fairfield will arrive on platform 3 in approximately 2 minutes. Please wait behind the yellow safety line until the train has stopped.
Bristol Temple Meads Railway Station is one of the oldest and most historic railway stations in the United Kingdom. Its history is closely tied to the development of the railway network in the southwest of England. The origins of Temple Meads can be traced back to the 1830s, when the idea of connecting Bristol to London by rail was conceived. The station was designed by the renowned engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who is known for his contributions to the Great Western Railway. The station was officially opened on August 31st, 1840. It was originally named simply Bristol, but the Temple Meads suffix was added later to distinguish it from other Bristol stations. The name Temple Meads refers to the nearby Temple Church and Meadow. The station's design is a testament to Brunel's innovative engineering and architectural skills. It features a striking terminus building with a grand facade, a dramatic train shed with a curved roof, and a large clock tower. The station's aesthetic appeal has earned it the nickname Bristol's Cathedral of Transport. Like many other British railway stations, it played a role in both World War I and World War II. It was used for troop movements, military logistics, and as a hub for transporting wounded soldiers. Over the years, the station has undergone several renovations and modernisation efforts to accommodate the changing needs of the rail network. While some alterations have been made to the station's layout, efforts have been made to preserve its historic architecture. Its historic and architectural significance led to it being granted Grade 1 listed status in recognition of its heritage value. This status ensures that the station's historic features and character are preserved for future generations. It is not only an important transportation hub, but also a symbol of Bristol's industrial and engineering heritage. It continues to be a beloved landmark, both for its historic significance and its architectural beauty. As one of the oldest and busiest railway stations in England, it comes as no surprise it also has its fair share of ghostly legends. One of the most famous and frequently reported hauntings involves the apparition of a woman in Victorian-era clothing. Witnesses have described her as wearing a long, flowing dress, often in a dark colour, and sometimes wearing a bonnet. The ghostly woman is often seen wandering the platforms, waiting areas, and even in the tunnels beneath the station. Her presence is usually accompanied by a feeling of sadness or unease, and some witnesses have reported hearing her softly sobbing. Another eerie legend associated with the station is the sighting of a phantom train that is said to appear on the tracks late at night. Witnesses claim that this ghostly locomotive resembles an old-fashioned steam train and can be heard approaching with the sound of chugging steam and wheels on the tracks. However, as the train gets closer, it suddenly vanishes, leaving behind an eerie silence. There are also reports of a ghostly figure known as the Grey Lady, who haunts the station. The Grey Lady is often seen on the platforms or walking through the station dressed in a grey or white gown. Like the other apparitions, encountering the Grey Lady is said to be accompanied by an eerie feeling and a sense of melancholy. Several waiting rooms are rumoured to be haunted. Visitors have reported unexplained temperature drops, sudden gusts of cold air, and the feeling of being watched while waiting for their trains. Some believe that the ghostly apparitions may be connected to tragic events or accidents that occurred during the station's long history.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Cloud speaker. We're now approaching East Croydon, changing services towards London Victoria via Clapham Junction. You can pick up Technic and some services towards Brighton and the Sussex coast via Gatwick Airport and Three Bridges. You also pick up services towards Cambridge and Tandem Corner via Purley. If you are like this service, please make sure...
Waterloo Station, located in the heart of London, is one of the city's busiest and most historic railway stations. Its history is closely tied to the development of the British railway network and its role in transporting passengers to and from the capital. The idea of a railway connection to London from the south was conceived in the early 19th century, and Waterloo Station's story began when the London and Southampton Railway Company was formed in 1831. The station's location was strategically chosen on the south bank of the River Thames, making it the southern terminus of the railway line to London. Officially opened on July 11th, 1848, under the name Waterloo Bridge Station due to its proximity to Waterloo Bridge. The original station building was relatively modest compared to its later grandeur, designed by the railway engineer William Tite. As rail travel grew in popularity, the station underwent several expansions and improvements throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. In 1994, Waterloo Station became a terminus for international travel with the arrival of the Eurostar high-speed train service. Eurostar connected London with cities on the European continent, including Paris and Brussels, via the Channel Tunnel. With its long history and countless travellers passing through, it has its own share of ghostly tales and reported paranormal encounters. One of the most famous ghostly sightings at Waterloo Station is that of the Grey Lady. She is often described as a woman dressed in grey or white clothing and is typically seen in the vicinity of the ladies' waiting room. Witnesses have reported her as a benign presence, appearing calm and serene, but her identity and backstory remain a mystery. Passengers and staff have reported hearing mysterious whistling sounds echoing through the station, often at night when the station is less crowded. The source of the whistling remains unexplained, and some believe it could be the residual energy of a former railway worker. A story dating back to World War II involves the apparition of a guardsman in military uniform who is sometimes seen patrolling the platforms. It's said that this ghostly figure may be connected to the station's wartime history, when it played a significant role in the war effort. A more recent tale involves a station porter who suddenly vanishes, leaving passengers and fellow staff baffled. Witnesses have described seeing the porter at work one moment and the next moment he simply disappears without a trace. Many travellers and employees at Waterloo Station have reported eerie sensations and a general uneasy feeling. Some passengers waiting late at night have also experienced an unsettling atmosphere on the deserted platforms. St Botolph's railway station, located in Lincolnshire, England, has a history closely tied to the development of the British railway network. It was part of the Great Northern Railway, GNR, which was established in 1846. The GNR was one of the major railway companies during the Victorian era, connecting London with the north of England and Scotland. The station was named after St Botolph, a patron saint of travellers and one of the most revered saints in medieval England. Opened to the public in 1848, serving as a vital link in the GNR's expanding rail network. It played a significant role in facilitating both passenger and goods transportation, contributing to the economic development of the local area. With the changing landscape of transportation and the decline of rail travel in the mid-20th century, many railway stations, including St Botolph's, faced challenges. It eventually closed to passengers in 1961, reflecting the broader trend of station closures during that era. Despite the closure of the passenger service, efforts were made to preserve the station's historical significance and architectural heritage. Today, St Botolph's railway station stands as a reminder of the heyday of the Great Northern Railway and the pivotal role that railway stations played in shaping the transportation and economic landscape of the United Kingdom. While it no longer serves as an active passenger station, its historical and architectural value endures, and it contributes to the local heritage of Lincolnshire. The station has its own share of ghostly tales and reported paranormal encounters. One of the most commonly reported apparitions is said to be that of a station master or railway worker from a bygone era. Witnesses have described seeing a figure in old-fashioned attire, often wearing a uniform and a cap, moving about the station. Some have reported hearing faint footsteps and the sound of keys jingling, as if the ghostly station master is still attending to his duties. Visitors and railway staff members have reported hearing disembodied voices and conversations in the station, particularly during the quiet hours of the night. These voices are often indistinct and difficult to understand, leaving those who hear them with a sense of mystery. The waiting rooms at St Botolph's have been the site of various paranormal experiences. Passengers waiting for trains have described an overall eerie feeling, as if they are not alone. Others claim to have seen shadowy figures or apparitions on the station's platforms, often dressed in period clothing. These figures are said to appear and then vanish suddenly, leaving those who witness them startled and perplexed. As we pull into our final destination, it's clear that these stations are more than just hubs for trains and commuters. They are repositories of history, echoes of the past, and places where the line between the living and the departed occasionally blurs. From the ghostly figures that still roam the platforms to the inexplicable sounds that haunt the waiting rooms, these tales remind us that the stories of these stations reach far beyond their timetables and destinations. So, as you disembark from this spectral train of tales, remember that even in the most ordinary of places, the extraordinary may be lurking just around the corner. If you've enjoyed this journey into the world of the unexplained, don't forget to subscribe for more eerie and captivating stories from the realm of the paranormal. And who knows, maybe on your next train journey, you'll find yourself looking over your shoulder.